All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of the Brandon Podcast, pre-playoff edition. So we're probably not going away quite yet. We're going away from this portion. We'll be back. I'm sure we'll have lots more to annoy you with in the near future.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes.
So, final episode before the playoffs, man. What do you think? How are you feeling over there?
I am not satisfied with the Leafs' effort tonight against New Jersey. I can tell you that much right now.
Well, you're still wearing the jersey, so that's got me concerned a little bit.
And unfortunately, you're always going to wear that skin.
That's a tattoo. That's for life. I can't. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't want to do anything about it, but still.
Well, if you're a New Jersey fan, you guys clinched the playoffs tonight, which is a big deal for you guys because it's been, what?
So you guys should go shake hands with the Leafs and thank them for that, I guess. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not saying New Jersey didn't fight for it and didn't play well. They did.
No, they fought. Wow.
Considering a team that Toronto has, they should have been able to at least get 1 point. That's all they need was one damn point to break that record.
Yeah.
Get to overtime. Couldn't do that.
They kept
you had a period and a half to tie the game. Could not get it done with all the depth that's on that team.
And they kept leaving Anderson out to dry.
Exactly. And the only reason that remained a one-goal game for the period and a half was because of Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
He let in a little blooper, but, I mean, get over it. He also stopped a lot of 10-bellers.
Well, you can't expect your goalie to be a perfect goalie and not let anything in.
No, he's going to have... I'm not saying he wasn't sharp tonight. He was good. Like, he was great when he had to be.
Oh, yeah.
I just mean, it's going to get frustrating after a while that you pick the team up so many damn games and so many great saves to get you the 2 points.
Yeah.
Or at least a point. Tonight, when the team should have picked him up, they did nothing to pick him up.
They did nothing.
Didn't start the game.
Surprisingly,
didn't start the game till,
really,
let's say, third period.
I was really frustrated with O'Reilly there. You know, he hasn't been the same since he came back from his injury. You've said it a handful of times now.
He meant Riley, not O'Reilly. O'Reilly's from the Sabres.
Riley,
but
yes.
It's easy to mix them up.
Yes, sorry, Riley. He hasn't been the same since his injury. And it's a shame because that's some good talent we have. Just, he's not doing it. He's pulling Gardner moves, and he should not be.
Yeah, making no-look passes when there's no one near where you're
passing
throwing
straight to them and leaving them an open net, not rushing back when they're going towards your goalie.
And the thing, he looks so slow, man.
Yeah, he looked like he had no effort tonight. No effort at all.
It's as if,
and that's supposed to be your defense
it's as if,
into the playoffs.
It's as if it's an episode of Supernatural and someone stole his grace. He came back into the... I know, I'm just trying to relate it to other worlds out there. That's what I think of. It's like, dude, you were so great. You were like Castiel. And then you turn out looking like friggin'... No,
you can't even say Castiel.
He ends up looking like Charlie instead, and we all know what happened to Charlie.
Listen, he can't be like Castiel, because Castiel's badass. Riley's not. He's more like Metatron, if you really want to start...
Castiel's badass, eh? Hey, ass butt. You remember that?
Yeah. Yes, I love
That's not swearing. That's just some fun stuff.
I love his curse words.
Anyways, reel her back in. Let's go back to the hockey world. I got a little off track there. But, yeah, like you said, he has not looked the same. He looks like a completely different player. So,
and that scares me going into the playoffs.
Is he playing injured? Like, I mean, would they let him?
I don't know.
I have a feeling he's playing well. Like, he's playing enough, healthy enough to be able to be put in the games. But if he were to be honest with you, and if you asked him 100%, like, are you feeling 100% right now? And he told you the truth, what do you think the answer is going to be?
Probably no. Because he does not look the same.
No, he's missing a step. So, obviously, something's going on. Either your head's up in the clouds and you're...
And I know a lot of people are going to backlash on this video with what I'm about to say, but honestly, if you watch the game tonight, how many dirty plays did New Jersey get away with? Like that interference on JVR. No call at all. But the moment that Marner's stick is tied up in the Jersey's skates there, he trips him accidentally.
Let's put this bad boy on this side because he's got the Leafs there. Sorry, go on.
We get the 2-minute tripping call. Like, what kind of...
Good boy, Felix.
Mind my language, but what kind of shit is that? Like, that is infuriating.
We're trying not to swear.
I'm sorry, but that is infuriating. JVR was doing nothing wrong. He didn't have the puck. Jersey comes in,
it's bad enough
cross-checks him, and then he gets back up from the cross-check, and then Buddy comes in and cross-checks him again and holds him up.
And then as he's going out the blue line, it happens again.
Yeah. And
It's like
the ref skates up to the New Jersey guy and says, "That's enough. Skate away." Instead of blowing the whistle 2 minutes for interference or 2 minutes for cross-checking.
that's a bad boy. One more time and you're going in the corner.
But the moment that Marner accidentally trips the New Jersey player, 2 minutes for tripping.
And the thing is, in that desperate situation, you can understand, and you would think they would let that go. But oh no, there's 30-something seconds left. Let's eliminate.
All hope. I mean, at 30 seconds, we do have little hope as it is.
Let's seal that game up early right now.
Yeah.
As soon as that whistle blows,
And you're telling
like,
me they're not paid off. I feel like sending a catfish to the NHL headquarters.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. We have a funny little story for you guys if you haven't already heard. So yeah, someone got catfished, and no, it wasn't online. It wasn't like what you think. It wasn't a dating service type of catfishing, nothing like that. Anyways, moving on. We're gonna move on from that disappointing Toronto Maple Leafs game versus the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey clinches for the first time in 6 seasons.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, what was it, 5 or 6 years? But I guess it was 6 years, eh?
Yep. I don't mind them clinching, but why the hell does that have to be against the Leafs? Why do we have to help other teams?
Yeah, I don't know.
Get these accomplishments?
I don't know. And if you are watching this, Riley, don't think I don't like you. I do. You got amazing talent. Just. And you're not playing at 100%.
He's got amazing talent.
Don't be in the game.
He's got amazing talent. You've got high hopes, thinking he's going to watch this. I like where your head's going there. You know,
listen. You don't know. Everybody watches YouTube.
If you're watching this, Riley, just think about what he says when
I'm just gonna hashtag.
We're not on camera. You should hear what he says about you then, like some.
I'm gonna hashtag
of rants.
Hashtag Morgan Riley, and so then he gets the notification.
Yeah, but the only way he's going to see that is if it's on Twitter. This is not going on Twitter. It's going on YouTube.
I can put it on Twitter.
I have the files, so that does just
can
go nowhere.
Once you upload it, I can snip it and put it on Twitter.
I haven't uploaded anything to YouTube, and I don't plan on it right now.
Okay, anyways, reeling it in. Panthers, I love you guys. I love you guys. You shut down the Bruins tonight.
No points for the Bruins. That doesn't happen much lately.
No. 3-2 win in regulation. Beautiful, boys. Beautiful. I knew you guys had it in you.
Yep, they don't know how to die, do they?
No, they're not giving up.
All Philly needed tonight to clinch a spot and eliminate Florida's playoff dreams. All they had to do was they win and Florida loses.
Yeah,
that's and simple.
It reversed. Florida won, Philly lost.
I was gonna say I had it written down. I just wanted to make sure there was something here. Clinch. Yeah, so I mean, I read about it. I know that all they had to do was for Philly to win. Yeah, like Philly win, Florida loses, Philly's in.
Yeah.
Philly gets a point, Florida loses in regulation, you're in. Like something. Actually, no. Yeah, it's some weird scenario.
Yeah.
But either way, like they needed the Panthers to lose.
They had like a 75% chance to clinch tonight.
They needed the Panthers to lose in one fashion, like one way or another. Right?
Basically, there was a 25% chance that Florida's hopes were going to die tonight or stay alive tonight, and their wish came true.
Beating the odds, no doubt. Like, I got to give it to them. They've been doing great the past, like, month or so. Like, they've been on a tear. I mean, even when they've lost, like, big games like that against the Leafs, thankfully we didn't help them that night. That's a different change of pace for the Leafs. We're used to being awfully generous with teams lately.
Yeah.
But, so fortunately, like, I mean, even considering those big losses, Florida will not go away. That Panther is just scratching and clawing at the door of the playoffs, hoping to get in. Personally, I don't think they're getting in. I don't see Philly letting that spot go. Like, I don't see that happening.
So
one more win.
My correction, Philly won.
Yeah, they won 4-3.
Yeah, I said they lost. That's my correction.
So can you check stats on that? Because we're going to check on Elliott. Elliott was supposed to be in the Brian Elliott, not Elliott the Moose. So
Elliott the Moose.
So he was supposed to be in. So he did play.
Yeah, he did play.
How'd he fare? 22 saves. 3 goals against. So not stellar numbers, but I mean, enough to get the job done, obviously. You still let in 3 goals against a subpar team, but it's a win. It's a big win for Philly, and they'll take it, I'm sure. Take that any day of the week. He came in, that was nearly 2 months in between starts for Elliott. So, I mean, that's still pretty good to come out of that with a win.
Yeah.
Considering Mrazek and Neuwirth have been the ones playing the majority of the past couple months. So, yeah, I mean, good for him, good for Philly, and we'll see what happens. pardon me. I'm having some like midnight colds here or something. But yeah, so we're gonna move on from Florida for a minute here.
Well,
and,
we might as well touch
Philly.
on this.
But yeah,
Since we're talking about them.
Well, you started off. I'm having some problems over here.
Well, with Lou, he plays his 1,000th career game.
Bobby Lou.
Yes, sir.
Why does that matter? Why is that important?
He's the third NHL goaltender to play 1,000 games.
Only three out of all the goaltenders in the league's history have ever played 1,000 games.
And two of them are top or were top goalies of their time.
And two of them are retired. So I mean, that's amazing. Like that's
I'm not taking away from Lou. I'm not saying he's a top tier goalie. I'm just saying to the names that are there.
Well, obviously he's in one of the top tiers. He's got to be. I mean, you don't play that amount of games without having like a fair amount of success.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he hasn't won the Stanley Cup, but
yeah, unfortunately, but he was stuck at Vancouver for a long time.
That'll kill your career if you're a goalie.
The two top goalies we're talking about is Mr. Patrick Waugh there. This guy's rival back in the day, and Marty Brodeur.
Both Stanley Cup winning goaltenders.
Both Stanley Cup winning.
So, unfortunately, Luongo can't match him on that note yet, and chances are he probably won't get that chance before he retires. You never know, but I
heard that there's some jewelers out there. I heard there's some jewelers out there that could make a really nice knockoff Stanley Cup ring. I'm just saying, Lou. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Roberto, if you want to go on to AliExpress or something like that, order.
He can afford a nice made one.
eBay then or whatever.
He doesn't need to go to AliExpress. He's not broke like us.
It's true enough. He could go to like Justin's website, get a replica or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Get it personalized as like a fan ring and put on Luongo. He's probably looking at. If he ever sees, he's like, "You guys are assholes. You guys are
No, honestly, Luongo, I do like you as a goalie. And
he said you weren't top tier though. Just remember that.
I meant you know what I meant, okay? They have Stanley Cups. He doesn't.
No,
there's a big comparison between
he's not.
three of them.
He's not up on the.
I didn't mean he wasn't a good goalie. He is a good goalie.
Well, you consider.
Unfortunately, just like Anderson on the Leafs, him on Vancouver, he was left to dry a few times.
Yeah, the thing is, he had great years in Vancouver, and he had pretty solid numbers overall. But the problem is, whenever the team and himself got in the playoffs, they just couldn't get done.
No.
They couldn't get together at the same time to pull that off.
You don't know how many times I was in the guy's corner when he got in there. And it was just like
every Canadian.
Heartbreak.
I'm sure the majority of Canadians wanted to see them beat the Boston Bruins. But
yes. I was praying on it. I was hoping on it.
Part of me knew that they were going to crap the bed and Canada was going to be still waiting a long time.
How many times have I said it?
Same with when Calgary lost to Tampa. Heartbreaking. So heartbreaking.
And how many times have I said it? They are the Western version of us. Every time they made it in, I was behind them 100%.
They were. Excuse me. But yeah, they're both trending on, Leafs trending upward. And hopefully upward in the playoffs. We'll see how that goes. And Vancouver trending the other way. But keep in mind, Vancouver also has an abundance of talent coming up. They have some great prospects. So their future's still bright. It's just going to take some time to get there. But yeah, we'll move on from that. And speaking of Vancouver, losing to Arizona last I saw 1-0. But
yeah, still 1-0.
What period are we in there?
We're going into the second.
Yeah. What do you?
We're in the second.
This guy has the tilt to
11:46.
So yeah, update us with scores quickly.
Oh no, they scored one.
Oh my goodness, go back. Okay, 1-1 Arizona Vancouver in third period or second?
Second period. So, They just scored it. Daniel Sedin, one of the good twins that are going to be
just the good old boys
retiring this year.
Go back for a second.
Assisted by his brother.
Because I believe I saw Edmonton winning that game so far, which is surprising.
Yeah, 3-2. Surprisingly, they're beating the Vegas.
How much time's left? This third period. McDavid, what? Go back up for a sec. No, go back up. Yeah, McDavid.
Yeah, no, I was just saying what I was about to read to you.
Michael Camilleri, yeah.
Nugent Hopkins scored with an assist from McDavid.
Nice, so that's another point to add to his scoring race.
Yep.
Go back. But did he get a goal or anything or no?
No. Not that I saw.
Friggin' useless, no.
Yeah, so useless. No, McDavid's actually got 2 points tonight because he assisted Camilleri.
Can you check his, he assisted on Mike Camilleri's as well. Yeah, see his
103 points.
Sitting pretty. So it should be 104, I believe, because I think he had 102 before tonight.
Yeah.
So they need to update that. Get on it, the score.
Just like
slacking.
OV scored tonight.
So that's 47.
Yeah.
So I guess we know who you're dreaming about tonight.
Yeah, dreaming.
See Dan and Ovi kissing the cup together right now.
Even though they lost against the Predators 4-3, Ovi still furthered his lead in the scoring division. He's got 47 now.
Well, I mean, it's a tight game like you would expect, but the team that you would expect to win did, in fact, win that game.
Yeah.
So, what else we got going on here? So, we're going to have a few clinchers right here that we're going to speak about.
Yeah, since we were just
Kings.
talking... Well, I was going to say, since we were just talking about Washington and Nashville actually clinched their position by beating the Washington tonight.
Well, they clinched the Western Conference.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's back-to-back. Did they clinch last year, I believe?
I think they clinched last year,
I'm
too.
trying to think, but yeah, like either way, even if they didn't, whatever, they're still a great run last year. Could be wrong, so check it out.
Clinched the President's Trophy.
Yeah, so I mean that's incredible. Like what a year they've had. So they're on
Nashville
pace.
Predators clinched their first Predators Trophy in franchise history.
Okay, so last year they didn't. Yeah,
After
so
they
there you
beat
go.
the Washington Capitals and the Boston's loss in regulation against Florida on Thursday night.
Music City is going nuts tonight, man.
Yes.
That team's set for another deep playoff. Fans must feel very, very fortunate. I mean, it doesn't guarantee they're getting past first round, but if they don't, it'd be majorly upsetting.
Oh,
fans,
yeah.
so.
The way the team's playing, they should be getting past the second.
Yeah, I mean they should be in the third round guaranteed. They're so good that they could probably get a bye to the third round. You know what I mean? Like you might as well consider that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Playoff hockey's weird, so
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Storybooks. Yeah, you're staring at the Leafs jersey like anything can happen, like they can win a cup.
You're saying there's a chance.
That's gonna happen.
You're saying there's a chance.
No, not this time, buddy.
Well, we'll see.
Not with the way Riley and Gardner play.
Anyhow, you didn't tell the rest of the scores, man. We still have Mini and LA play tonight, 10:30. I don't know if that started already. Yes, it has, because it is 11:15, just about. Just over 11:15. So what are our scores right now, young man? 2-1 Minnesota over LA at the moment. Both teams have clinched, so I mean, that's just more for bragging rights that game and maybe secure that position.
Just show who's the other one's better. Which one's better?
Personally, I don't know.
Edmonton's winning over Vegas 3-2 with 7 minutes left in the third. We got
spoilers. We're trying to play some spoilers. You got to spoil the hopes of people that are like teams that aren't in the playoffs yet, clinging by a thread.
We got San Jose beating Colorado 1-0 end of first.
So it's early. Yep.
The Islanders beat the Rangers 2-1.
Who cares? Doesn't matter. No implications, right? So.
We already said Nashville
What else we got
beat
going on
Washington,
here?
Philadelphia
So
beat
Montreal
Carolina.
beat Detroit. Who gives a crap? That doesn't matter either. So
Pittsburgh beats Columbus 5-4.
big game.
Oh,
Columbus
big
clinched
game.
with at one point.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the first time this year, I think they're happy to go home with a loss.
Yeah. But
Go in that locker room. I'm sure you're still looking for some beer.
You can take that
Celebrate.
loss, but you know what? Kessel's OT sniper from end to end.
Well, that game was a nice little indication of what that series may be if they play each other.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's a potential playoff preview, and it looks like it will be a fast and competitive series if those teams do.
But if they
face one
have
another.
any hopes, they're gonna have to shut down Snipes boy there.
Oh, hot dog.
Yeah.
Hot dog Kessel, yeah, man, he's killing it. He's hit. Kessel goes with Pittsburgh so well. It's like peanut butter and jelly. How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Did we touch up on all
That's
those
his
scores?
ringtone, maybe. You know,
Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly
or like
time,
Oscar
peanut
Mayer
butter
Wiener
jelly
or
time.
something like that.
Where
Something.
you at? Where you at?
If I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener,
Did it?
and I won the cup back to back. Anyhow,
And the last one was Winnipeg beats Calgary 2-1.
not surprising. Calgary just face planted the last quarter of their season. You know, they're sitting in a playoff spot or on the cusp of a playoff spot. Everybody's talking about, well, can they do it? Like, can they hang in there and maintain the pace they've been going? No, they can't. Obviously, that they just plummeted fast. You know, I can imagine, like, we've been there. We've had years like that where you miss it on the playoffs by like a point or two. But
Yeah.
Calgary did the exact opposite of what their fans would expect. I mean, it happens, but just not as deep, I guess, as what they thought they were, right?
Yeah.
Anyhow, moving on from these scores. So, I don't know if you saw it, but Barkov's goal for the Panthers, it was sweet, man. What a play. Tic-tac-toe.
No, I missed that.
Tic-tac-toe. You're talking about Kessel and killing it, sniping that goal for the OT win versus Columbus. Then you go and look at, you should check it out. I wouldn't have the volume too high for that because, don't want to disrupt our podcast too much. It's our baby. You don't want to wake our baby up, right? Well, this baby, we kind of want it screaming and crying and kicking up a fit. Yeah. Barkov's 100th.
Shows McKinnon's
100th career goal. Tic-tac-toe. And that was a big game for them. That goal was very important.
Oh, there it is.
Is this the goal here you're watching?
Yeah.
Barkov. Tic-tac-toe. Bam.
Beautiful.
Tuukka Rask didn't know what hit him.
Beautiful.
It's going one way. No, it's going the other. No, it's in the net. Sorry, Tuukka. Pretty
That is
sweet.
a beautiful 100th goal.
Pretty sweet. So, and I helped the Panthers fight to live another day, and they continue to fight. I think it's kind of, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of pointless, but God love them for trying. I mean, keeping that effort there. At least the fans are seeing that they're trying. It's not that they don't want to get in. It's not that they're not putting their best foot forward.
If anything, we can say we feel your pain, Panther fans. We've been there so many times.
Yep, so close to a playoff spot, and you
so many
just
times.
fall short, or you had to depend on another team to lose a game, and we all know how that goes.
And the other team goes, ha 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 ha. No.
Unfortunately, if you guys lose any more games, that's pretty much it. Because all Philly needs to do is win one game, and you guys lose a game, and
Well, how many games does Philly have
man.
left anyways?
No idea, man. Do I look like a Flyers fan? Like, come on now. Let's get serious here. No.
Schedule. Flyers only have one more game.
Ooh, well, that's interesting.
So-
What about Florida too?
Yeah, I'm about to look.
No, Florida must have. Florida's behind by what? 4 points, something like that.
Too many things. Hold on, man.
That's all right. I'm just wondering.
Florida's got 2 games left against
So they
Buffalo
played
and
80
Boston.
already. Buffalo and Boston. So Buffalo's a good chance, but Boston again. Man, that's a tough way to try to squeak in. So the thing is, if Philly loses their last game and Florida win their last 2, Florida's in.
Florida's in, Philly's out.
So you're telling me there's still a chance?
There's still a chance.
Yeah, see, he agrees with me on that one. It's the first one I can understand why he wouldn't feel that feel the love.
Philadelphia.
Can you imagine Philly lose their last game?
Well, with their win
Florida
tonight, that puts them 4 behind Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So, if Philadelphia...
They would tie Philly for points, but they would go ahead of them in the tiebreaker, would they not? Yeah. They would.
Yeah, because they got
For
more wins.
Yeah. Could you imagine? It's not impossible for them to get in, but who does Philly have left to play for the last game?
Philadelphia.
Check it out for me, man. My statistician and co-host with the most likes his French toast. I don't know. Do you like French toast?
I do like French toast.
Okay, well, there you go. Who doesn't?
The last one is
If you
the
don't like
Rangers.
French toast, I don't even want to talk to you. So, okay, the Rangers. So, I mean, that's probably a win. I'm sorry to say for
which is surprising because you like
but-
Rangers.
So, and that's the thing. So, if Philly wins one more, Florida can't catch them.
No.
So that's it. If they win
That's
one
it.
more, it's all over.
Philadelphia wins the game against New York Rangers. They clinch.
Now I want
That's
to.
if Florida loses the next game.
Yeah.
Actually,
no. Even
that
if
guarantees a clinch.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be an insurmountable point differential between those two teams. I don't know how I said that without twisting my tongue.
Good job.
There's times I can't even say hi without.
Looks like that dictionary I bought you for Christmas is working out.
Yeah, man. It's like encyclopedia blah. Right. Okay. So when does Philly play next? When is that?
Saturday
game?
at 3.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Matinee game. That'd be pretty sweet to check out. And Toronto plays what? Montreal. That's on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Like, please tell me and tell the fans, tell the viewers that Toronto is gonna beat that record, man. Like, come
They
on.
have to. They have
Montreal
to. Right now
Canadiens,
they're tied with our 0-3-0-4
Like, it
lead.
should not have came down to the last game against a team that's nowhere near a playoff spot.
Was it 0-3-0-4?
And that's what scares
Last
me.
time we had these
That's what
points?
scares me. What if you go into the playoffs losing your last 2 and you lost to a team, Montreal, who's playing for
You
nothing?
don't want to go into the playoffs on a losing streak.
No, and that's the scary part. You
want
want them to beat the record.
You want to be hyped.
Pardon me. You want them to beat the record, so they're not going to go in super hot. They're 9-4 their last 13 games. So Not bad. Like, still good numbers.
Not bad at all.
But what bothers me is, say if you where you lost a game tonight that was an important matchup, I can live with that because you got to think New Jersey's fighting like crazy. They came out ready to play from the get-go. We did not.
No,
so that's ultimately what
reminded
happened.
me of our game against Buffalo. They treated it like it's an easy win. These guys don't matter.
Yeah.
They came in, they're lackadaisical, and Devils came in like...
And the thing is, the Devils have been... The second half, they've been pretty consistent. Yeah. So the Leafs should have expected that effort.
And it seemed like they got really lazy after their first goal.
They did. They scored that power play goal. You're getting that shot like 9-2.
Yeah,
you score your second shot, and then you start sitting around.
Mind you, yes, okay, Anderson should have had that goal. It was a bad angle. He should have had it.
I've seen worse.
I have seen worse, but Anderson should have had it. But that second goal, where they just left him to dry, or to hang to dry, that was complete BS. That is not playoff worthy.
And the thing is,
that's
like,
not
I mean,
millions of dollars of game or a paycheck worthy.
No.
That was horrible. If I was Frederick Anderson, when we went into the locker room there after the intermission or for the intermission, I would have been throwing my helmet at every single player that left me to dry for those goals.
It makes you wonder if he would sit there and say, "Guys, like, come on, like we have to win this game. We have
Honestly,
to get off our
like
butts and get it done."
I feel like he's a silent.
In the locker room, yeah,
I feel like he's a silent guy because, like, even when he came out in the news and he called them out, he blew up on camera because he couldn't take it anymore. I feel like he's one of those guys that just bottles up, and then he's going to explode.
I wish
if they lose against Montreal, if they lose against Montreal, watch for Anderson to come out and say something.
Well, I mean, it's going to be Anderson's net again on Saturday, and so it should be. Should be, and that's at home. That's a chance for him to still break that home win record for a goalie and break the goaltending record. Like, that's what I want tonight.
Yeah.
Beat the record for the team, but most of all, do it for Anderson. Give him that ultimate record for the Leafs goaltenders because he deserves it.
Yeah.
Like Belfour right now, Belfour is holding that record, tied with Raycroft. But Belfour deserves that record.
Belfour did.
So does Anderson.
There were so many Leafs that were against bringing Belfour in because he was an older goalie, but you know what? He worked his ass off.
Yeah, his first few seasons, like his last wasn't great, but that was a lockout year. That kind of screwed him.
It was a half season.
By the time he comes in, he starts having back issues, and from sitting around, right? You're not in game shape. You're not keeping the momentum going. But those first couple seasons before that, 2 or 3, whatever, how many it was, he was great. Those series against playoff series against Ottawa, he was fantastic, man.
Yeah.
He got hung out to dry against Philadelphia. We all know that story. That sucks, unfortunately, but that was more the team than it was him. We're used to that by now. So
we are. We've killed so many goalies.
That's one of those songs that never ends, right? Apparently. So if I was Anderson, I would love to see Anderson right now. I would love to see him. I doubt he would say that tonight, but I'd love to see him say, you know what, like if we keep throwing away games like this or keep like coming in, if we keep showing up late to the party, we're gonna get blown out in the playoffs so fast. You won't even know we
predictions for round 2 won't happen if you keep playing like you do tonight.
No, if you go in and play games like that, important games where you should be ready to go, and you're facing Boston or Tampa.
I was gonna say,
if you can't get up with a game tonight,
2 games.
You can't get up with a game like that tonight that should have had a playoff atmosphere. May have had it for New Jersey for the winning side and the 2 points, but for us, it didn't feel like a playoff game to us.
No.
At least you'd hope not, because if that's how you're going to play in the playoffs,
you can kiss first round goodbye.
Yeah,
get swept.
Yeah, like I mean, if that's how you're going to play in the first round,
and that's coming from a Leafs fan,
it's crazy.
You play like that, you're being swept. End of story. Anderson can only stop so much. Big Daddy Mac can only stop so much.
You might steal one game out of that series if you go in thinking like just let's have fun. No, guys, like have fun, but have fun winning.
Yeah, have fun scoring the goals.
Why don't you guys,
Marchand?
Why don't you guys get off your ass for once and give Frederick Anderson and Curtis McElhinney full support? Like, I know you guys fight and you play hard, whatever, but you guys need to get together. You didn't
play hard tonight. At least that's how it looked.
Yeah, from TV, like from sitting on the couch watching it. From our visual, I'm sure we don't see like all the fine details on the bench and how tired guys are. Like, I understand. Night in, night out, you're not going to consistently feel the exact same every game. There's going to be games where you're off, but that's when you got to battle and you got to find a way to get it done.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
No, I know, exactly. But that's why you got to battle to try to find a way to get it done.
This isn't beer league here, boys.
But the problem is tonight, right off the get-go, they could not match the energy of the New Jersey Devils.
They came out like sharks in bloody water.
Yeah.
They tasted the blood, they wanted the blood, and they took it.
They played desperate, and they needed to. They wanted to clinch that spot. They didn't want to leave it up to, like, the last game or whatever.
It was a big thing for them, because you know what? They're not one of our biggest rivals, but they are one of our rivals.
They used to be one of our biggest rivals.
Yeah, and who better for them to clinch the spot against?
I know. It's like...
By slaying some leaf buds.
Yep. And I understand, before that game, they were 9-3 in the last 12 games. I get that, and I understand that's great. That's great numbers, but if
it
you
could be better.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, you when you lose games like 1-goal games like tonight, where you had more than enough opportunities to tie that game and at least get a point, it shows like it doesn't look good. It doesn't
Honestly,
bode well for going into the playoffs.
I feel like Babcock is wearing a toupee, because games like this is making his hair fall out, because that was a horrible effort by the team today.
I don't know. He looked pretty calm on that bench. Like I like.
Yeah, he's like a stone. He's like a statue. Okay.
But now behind the doors, he's probably sitting there.
Oh, he's cursing and swearing.
Guys, like what the f is going on?
If he could throw a clipboard and a chair at a player, he probably would.
Yeah, $50 million contract. Yeah, he might get away with that a few times, I think. So anyways, we're gonna get off the Leafs train here for a little bit. I think our ticket expired about 2 stops ago. So, yeah, we're going to move on from that. So, get this. We're going to trail back to Vancouver Canucks. I know it doesn't sound that exciting, but this is funny.
Yeah, Brad Marchand
congratulates
the rival Sedins on their great career and their best in their retirement.
So, what do you think about that? Is that
when
sincere?
I first read about it, I thought maybe he was just being a sarcastic asshat that he potentially can be. But at the same time, you got to think, just as much as he is and can be an asshat, he is an NHL player and star. And he knows how rough the game can be. And it could be a sincere congratulations to them.
I hope so. Because, I mean, no matter who you are or which player you are or whatever, if you're a dick on the ice like he is most of the time, you still have to recognize how great those two players were.
Yeah.
I mean, even during years where the Vancouver Canucks didn't fare too well. I mean, these guys have consistently produced. They've sheltered the storm. They've got in front of the media when things didn't go well. And, I mean, they've always done things the right way.
Yeah.
They've always fought for everything. You know what I mean? Like, stand-up guys and future Hall of Famers, you have to give them, you have to tip your cap to them.
Oh, yeah.
And
I feel like it is sincere. When I first read it, I thought, you know what, he's probably just being an asshat. But
I know, guys, I'm rewinding to the part where it's like Marchand. Yeah, that was in my head.
I'm being serious. Like, if you were a asshat, would you not be sincere to fellow NHL players, even if you are an asshat?
I mean, if the role you play on the ice is just a role and it's your way of trying to give your team a better advantage to win, then yes, like...
Sorry, I've been saying asshat. It's actually assbutt.
Yeah, assbutt. But yeah, like even if you're that way on the ice, as long as you still respect other players, and that's the tough part. That's why it's hard to see that as sincere. Like I think it was genuinely said to like, so okay, they're gonna see this. At least they'll understand, even though we've been rivals for forever, and we've gone at each other a few times, whatever, and our teams have hated each other, and like it comes down to
they're our Montreal.
During his whole career, they've been a thorn in his side as much as he's been one in theirs. Yeah. So,
Boston to them is our Montreal.
Yeah, and they have to be. That's what's nice to hear him say something like that. I hope it's genuine, and like you said, I believe it is this time for a change. But what bothers me is the fact that you don't have the respect on the ice not to hurt people, but you have the respect to make nice comments like that after one of your games or whatever before. It's just weird. It's like, dude, like if you're not a bad guy, why do you act like a bad guy? Like, come on now.
He is a player of old.
Yeah, but this is the new NHL.
I get that.
Out with the old and with the new.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can only take him out back and show him what.
Yeah, but if he's being a snippy little asshole, you could do something.
Why do you think they keep firing fines at him?
It doesn't matter. The guy's paid like $800,000 worth of NHL fines in his career. Has that slowed him down? No.
Maybe it's
What
not
bothers
fire.
me is that money. Yeah, good luck with that. But
Exactly.
no, because
Their
his
hands are tied.
production doesn't
There's
go
nothing
away.
you can do.
What bothers me is the fact that you're throwing money like that away. I get you make. Hold that thought. Oh my goodness. It's man. I'm in the home stretch here. School's just about done. I'm friggin' beat. But anyhow, so he pays almost $800,000 in fines. What bothers me is that it goes to a good place in terms of emergency player fund. I get that. I like that. But the problem is, it could be going to charity instead of you blowing it by being a dickhead on the ice. Like that. That's what bothers me.
Maybe now finding out how soft of a heart he has, maybe he accumulates these fines for the emergency NHL fund.
Yeah, he's just such a good guy. You know, it looks
That's his way.
got a bad rap, but
That's his way of staying a badass, but still having a big heart.
man, I've never felt like I hated someone from Nova Scotia before, but him, I kind of do.
He's just a good old boy.
Mind you, he might be a great friend, like to his, behind closed doors or whatever. But it just bothers me that you so blatantly go out and risk injuring another player. That's what bothers me. That's what it's like. Okay, you're showing this respect for the Twins off the ice, but if you played against them again this year, which you don't tell me you wouldn't go out there and do it, like make a cheap shot if you could. He would, and that's what pisses me off. Make up your mind. Are you the villain or are you the little prick? You can't be both there, dude.
Yeah,
you gotta
ass
pick,
butt.
You gotta pick one there, ass butt. So one or the other.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep saying it. He's a player of old. It's how many teams are actually afraid to play against Boston because of Marchand and Chara?
I doubt they're afraid of Marchand, but Chara, yeah, I understand what you mean because they know it's going to be a crappy night. It's going to be they're going to get picked at and slashed, and I get that part. I wouldn't say they're afraid because I mean Chara's not the elite
I don't
force he
mean
was
peeing
before.
your pants, boots shaking, scared. They just they worry about playing against Boston because they know
It's
you're going to
almost-
get injured, you're going to get run into the boards, you're going to have someone right on your ass.
See, and you explained that. That's almost like the feeling other teams get when they play the Leafs. It's like, oh my god, I don't want to do it. I don't want to play them. They're too scary. They're too dominant. Their defense shuts it down.
Maybe when we had the Bruise brothers.
We're both in Leafs, but we know there's so much room for
They're
improvement
pushovers right now.
And the scary part is, if they go into the playoffs with this attitude that they can just
If they
skate by
lose
and
against
watch the
Montreal,
game.
if they lose against Montreal, they should be wearing tutus in the first round against Boston or Tampa. I'm just saying, the way that Kadri kept prancing away from the puck tonight.
Well, I mean,
he should have been wearing
the
a
thing
tutu.
is, you're telling me you can't come up with in the last two games. First one's a strikeout because obviously we know how that went. But the last game coming out, you're telling me you can't at least get a point and break that record against a team that sucks? No offense, Montreal, you suck this year.
A point. Just one.
By
all you
rights,
gotta do is
rights,
keep
you
it
should go
tight.
in there and mop the floor with them like you guys did last time. That's what you should do. That's what
I want
the
to see
ability
a
to do.
5-0 game.
I want you to go into the playoffs. People looking at you like, wow, look at that offensive burst they had in that last game.
Yeah.
They shut it
Look
down.
how well
one of the
that
best played
defense
games of the
played.
year. Yeah, and I mean your defense doesn't have to be top tier against Montreal.
Just stop
do your
leaving
job.
Anderson out to dry.
Yeah, because no matter if your defense is bad enough, no matter who you play, Buffalo, Montreal, you can lose to anybody if you're going to play that style of defense.
I know we got back on the Leafs here because it's such an infuriating thing, but if the defense would get in their mind that they aren't the greatest defense in the world, Anderson is, and you need to support him, we would have a better defense.
Well, if TSM would stop sitting there and gloating about the Leafs defense and how great they are starting to play, and it's like, no, do you not watch the games? Look at the massive holes. It's like Swiss cheese defense.
The thing is
we see it
they're
'cause we watch it so
we watch
closely.
it. They're just looking at the stats.
Yeah, and going, oh, lately their defense, they've shrunk in the numbers. Or it's like, no, the goalies have been playing pretty well. You're outscoring your mistakes sometimes. Tonight, tonight you get one goal. I'm sorry, like Keith Kincaid played really well, but you should have been able to test some more with some rebounds and it's not enough. It's
I'm not taking
enough.
away from Kincaid. He was on shutdown factory tonight.
Oh, he was great, but I mean, so is Anderson. It's just
He was left out to dry.
Yeah.
The difference between Kincaid and Anderson was Kincaid had the defense and offense that was working for him.
New Jersey was clearing the rebounds, blocking shots. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, all the stuff that the Leafs weren't doing enough of. Yeah,
And
they
what
only
was
gave
our
up
de-
2 goals,
what was
but
our defense
that's because of
doing?
Anderson.
Passing the puck to the team in front of the net. Hello?
So check that Vegas-Edmonton game. I'm curious how that's working out. But, yeah, we're going to look at something here. We're gonna get to the funny part. My colleague, I knew as soon as I read part of that, or as soon as he read part, he was going to start laughing. Because when I read it on the news feed, I laughed. I was enjoying it. What's up?
Edmonton beat Vegas 4-3.
Oh, wow. There you go. That's odd, but yeah, take it. Any more points for Mick Shiny Pants there? No.
Mick Shiny Pants? No, just the 2 points.
Oh, useless guy, man. He's useless. Garbage.
So
like,
useless.
why don't you guys just trade
Why don't you
him
just come to the Leafs, because you'll be so useless over here.
Yeah, we'll pay your same money. I mean, you might have to take a pay cut because you're not very good, but, you know. Obviously, we're kidding. We're not stupid. We know the difference. But, yeah, so get this. I'm going to start it off. I know you've already read some of it, but I wanted to be the one to introduce this. So, if any of you guys out there, guys and gals, have seen the disallowed goal by Philip Forsberg late in the period, like a second and a half left.
Disallowed.
So check that out against the Florida Panthers. I mean, it was crazy because everything pointed to that being a goal. They thought they tied it for sure. They're losing their minds late in the game, thinking like, yes, we tied it late. Let's go and steal this one back from the Panthers. Before you know it, the goal is getting reviewed. And it turns out that the NHL office in Toronto, the situation room, did not agree with the Nashville Predators. And once you find that clip, you might have to type it in Google or Facebook. I saw it on Facebook, I believe. No, not the catfish thing. We're going to get to that. But I mean the clip of the actual interference. The lack of interference. You guys check that out. Go to Google, type in Nashville disallowed goal against Florida, or Forsberg disallowed goal, or whatever. I'm sure you'll find, as long as you have the right keywords, I'm sure you'll find some of the footage. Watch it, and we'd love to hear from you guys in your comments and what you think on that call, or the wrong call by the NHL office in Toronto. It was bad. It's so difficult to understand what goaltender interference is, and I never thought I'd have to sit there and say that over and over. Even with the rule adjustment now being in the hands of just the head office for the final say instead of the refs or whatever, it still appears that didn't work. And that's what worries me going into the playoffs. Going into the playoffs, I'm very nervous about goaltender interference. Like, it's crazy. Did the Predator? Yeah, try that, because that should be it. Going into the playoffs, I mean, that could be a big issue. That could be game changing. And you're in the playoffs, every game's important. Every single game. If you have games decided by bad calls like that, I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, look for outrage from the fans. You don't want games decided the wrong way. You know what I mean? You want what's right. If it's a good goal, give it to them. If it's blatant goaltender interference, fine, then call it. But make out your mind. Like, you're telling me if the stick accidentally clips a glove and it doesn't even move, or whatever the case, that's goaltender interference. Or you're in his crease and that's goaltender interference. No, technically that's not the ruling. It's not like it used to be. It used to be if your foot's in that crease when you score, no goal. And I don't mind that rule. That's fine for me, because maybe you eliminate some of the gray area. Maybe you get back to the majority of goals being good goals. No bumping, no whatever. As soon as you go in that crease, blow the whistle. Or if your foot's in that crease when the goal's scored, sorry. Even if you didn't do interference, sorry, bye-bye, no goal. Still didn't see it, eh?
No. Check
it out, man. It's important. It's definitely a big part of our show tonight. It's going to lead into our little fishy sequence that we have coming up. So if you guys have time, while we have statistician Mr. Sheen over here checking out the goaltender interference, hopefully you can find it. That's Carrie Underwood doing an anthem. Yeah. I don't know why that's showing that right now, but that's
not what I typed in.
But yeah, she's great, don't get me wrong, and she's super cute, so that part doesn't hurt. Just honestly, go to Facebook.
The fans were singing "Let It Be" for that overturned goal.
Yeah, let it be. Just go to go to Facebook or something, man, or videos. It's got to be there. got to be there. We're getting delayed here. We're starting to look like we have no content. Believe me, we have content. I just want him to see it, so I want to see his reaction. I want you guys to see his reaction, you guys and girls.
This might be it here.
You would hope so. Commercial, but it should be after.
Berg's goal with 0.6 left.
Yeah,
Disallowed us.
so less than I thought. 0.6 seconds left. Can you imagine how pissed off you would be?
Oh.
You are so elated, so excited about getting that goal to tie the game, thinking you did something fantastic. To the review coming back with the call, and it is not in your favor. You thought in no way in hell is this going to get overturned. And it did. So you're going to have to keep watching the commercial because you keep trying to skip it. You gotta have some patience. Let it play out, man.
Let it be.
15 seconds. Like, come on. Should the YouTube this? Probably on YouTube, like somewhere. You look for it, I'll look for it. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe we will figure out the controversy of the missing video.
Wow. 67% of the people who voted on it said that it should have been allowed.
Should have been more percentage than that, man. What are the other 33% or whatever? The friggin' drunk?
Saying it was a good call.
Yeah, they're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah, 33% of you are morons. Sorry. I've looked at that over and over and over. Give me the explanation why that's not a goal. Why that's not a good goal. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit. And I'm not a Nashville fan. I'm not a Florida fan. So this isn't coming from a biased point of view. This is coming from a hockey fan that believes in good goals and, you know what I mean, get what you deserve, not get ripped off.
Yeah.
They had that. They had at least 1 point stolen from them. At least. They should have been guaranteed a point out of that game, and nope. Let's see here. Let's go to YouTube and see if we can find it. Yes.
Apparently I found it here on NHL.
Apparently you're too late to the party, my friend, because I have it quicker than you. So you're going to watch mine now, okay? Watch my Samsung. Your Samsung is giving us the dick around. Here it is. That's an in scores. But now watch it. Sorry, watch it. We're listening to it right now, watching the video. So when it's in slow motion, you'll see why it's like so obvious that it should have been a goal. Don't hold back on your reaction. I think let naturally come out.
You just want the rage sheen to come out.
No, I just want to see what you think. And I want them to see what you think of it. Because if you're like, watch, okay, there's that. There's nothing there. He's pushing off of the player, right? Yeah. So here, you're just coming in to get at the pucks. The puck's loose. So where in that sequence do you see goaltender interference?
There was none. He didn't even touch him.
Yeah, like, how... So are you telling me at the last play when he's batting the puck in the net, that's
behind the player where he didn't even touch the goaltender?
Yeah, is that goaltender interference?
No.
So is him blocking Roberto's vision goaltender interference?
No.
You're there, like, you tap against the pads. I mean... Every time I see this, it amazes me that that's... So what's...
And the funny thing is, if this was the Leafs, it would have been goal.
Oh, you mean if it was against the Leafs or whatever?
Yeah, like if that was Anderson, they would have blown that a goal. He didn't even touch him. The goal was already in, but
they're saying they're trying to make the excuse to try to agree with the NHL so they don't get in crap or get fired or whatever the case. Bettman's boys, I guess. So they said, oh, well, maybe he was pushed a little bit by the stick when he was trying to bat the puck in. Well, give me a break.
He didn't even touch him until the goal was in the net.
Yeah.
Lalongo went like this, and by the time he touched Lalongo's arm, the puck was already in. Lalongo was nowhere near it.
Dude, we're going to the grocery store and we're buying some fish. Like
that's it. I agree. Let's have some catfish.
Metro's open.
Especially with JVR's interference.
Metro's open 24/7. I think it's a good idea.
Should go find every referee that was at that game tonight and send them catfish.
It wasn't the refs, so that's...
No, not this game. I'm talking about the Leafs game. With that interference and cross-check against JVR.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, see, that puck was already in before he even touched Luongo's arm.
It's just silly. Let's hear the explanation here, guys, girls. He was moved by the stick. What, after the puck already went in the net? Or like as his... It's BS, man. No, he didn't. It touched his pad when he was going after the puck. How is that goaltender interference? You didn't push him in. I've seen where they got pushed in, and it counted. So how does that work? You're allowed to push him in and it counts, but tonight you say you pushed him in with the stick? No, he didn't. That had made no effect.
He didn't even touch him.
No. No, we're right here. Where the puck's bouncing around, watch here. Where his stick hits the pad there, that's what they're saying. How is that goaltender interference? So his stick hitting the pad is enough? Can you imagine? Let's see the head coach's reaction, because I could imagine I would be livid. I'd be so friggin' burning hot mad. How, like, Luongo, like, if I was Luongo, I would have been laughing, like, thanks for the win. Like, even the coach was, like, pumping. He was shocked. Tell me he didn't believe that was a good goal. Show Laviolette's expression. Like, that's what I want to see.
I would have thrown my... Ooh, I almost said it.
Yeah,
my flying, ducking clipboard on the ice after that.
So it's just showing the head coach of the Florida Panthers. It's not showing the Shirley.
Yeah, because he's probably sitting there right in the face, cursing like Sammy.
Yeah, cursing like a dirty sailor. But it's not showing that. Like, even they're sitting there thinking, like, what the heck's going on here? Like, we are supposed to leave the ice now? Like, sit down, orange shirt. Like, sit down. Nobody wants to see you dancing. Some fat guy dancing with his orange shirt at the Florida game. Like, I don't understand.
That right there.
Please refrain from throwing objects or you'll be ejected. Well,
I would have just walked out.
Oh my goodness.
I would have just walked out.
Make up whatever excuse you guys want to, announcers. Like, don't, like, that's what tells me they are a bit of the pansy variety themselves.
Yeah.
They're cowering to what the NHL wants to hear them say.
That's why they would never hire guys like us.
Nope, because we're going to tell you like it is, whether you like it or not. Bettman, I don't give a crap what you think, so you can't censorship me. Like, come on, man.
You can't touch us because we got no money.
Well,
we don't like you.
Yeah. Even if you ever hired us, like, yeah, we don't like you. We may show you respect because you're our boss and our provider of the paychecks.
I would leave it.
Provider, but what do you think of that?
Same day that you hired me is the same day you fired me. I would tell you how it is.
Are you like the majority of everyone else right now, thinking, like, scratching your head and wondering, like,
yeah,
wow.
I don't understand how that didn't count. And if I was a Luongo, I'm actually a little mad at you, Lou, because I would have skated to the ref and been like, what are you doing? Give your head a shake. That was a good play. The boy didn't even touch me. I mean, I get it. You got to do it because
he's not going to say that, even if he was not even a whisper.
I'm just saying, like,
but I understand what you mean. But you got to remember, the refs don't make that call. The Florida challenged the play for goaltender interference, so the NHL
had some
office
Florida
in Toronto
fan in Toronto going, "Yep, interference." He breathed on him too hard.
You had to look over the tape, and they're like, "Yeah, everything looks good." But wait, Bill, did you see that puck hit the pad?
He burped on him.
And as the puck was going between the legs, it hit off the glove, and then the stick hit the glove, and the stick hit the puck and went in. That is not allowed. That's a no-no. You can't let Roberto end the game that way. You can't let them go into overtime like that.
If the Toronto boy reviewed it against Toronto, he would have been like, yeah, that's a goal.
You know how you know how huge that play is going to be if Philly loses their last game and Florida somehow pulls off that massive upset and steals that. That play could be the very reason why they make the playoffs, if they do in fact squeak into the playoffs.
Yeah,
and I
would say 100%.
They can kiss the NHL head office in Toronto. Kiss them over and over, because that could be why they
team could line. I'm not gonna go there. Censorship.
Well, let's not get could get violent there. So here's the funny thing. So we're gonna get to the aftermath of that. We're not the only ones thinking that the NHL deserves some nasty gifts, but this is coming in the mail. Get this: after Philip Forsberg goal was taken away by the NHL head office in Toronto, overturned the call on the ice, one fan by the name of Briley Meeks decided to send the NHL head office in Toronto a gift. The gift of a dead catfish. It's not as sexy as it sounds, guys. girls. It's not. So hear this. This is a quote from the young woman. 1 minute I was sitting on the couch. The next minute I was going to buy a fish and shipping it off to Canada. It's probably not was in the fan, like in the majority of fans' heads at the time, even Nashville fans. I'm sure you're more thinking like, I'd love to set the place on fire, whatever.
Sure.
You know, not literally, but that's what's going through your head as a pissed off
But
man. You're so upset.
What can you get in trouble for sending dead catfish?
Exactly. So get this. So 1 minute on the couch, next minute going to buy a fish, shipping it off to Canada. It wasn't the refs in the game that made the call. It was Toronto. So they deserved the dead catfish. And, so then, get this. She even had the foresight to, in amongst, like, feeling so pissed off and robbed, she checked with UPS beforehand, and they confirmed with Canadian Customs that she was allowed to proceed with sending the fish across the border. So UPS probably laughing their ass off thinking, this woman's sending a dead catfish to the NHL. This is friggin' hilarious.
We're going to allow it. We're going to.
The cost, but here's the funny thing. This is how bad she wanted. The cost was roughly $150 to send this catfish in a little plastic container. That works out to
be like $200 Canadian.
So yeah, probably like a couple $100 Canadian. Included in that container, simply read, "You suck," in bold capital letters. Friggin' awesome. You are the fan of the week. You are the weekly hero, the fan of the week. God bless you. Awesome. Love it. Batman, suck it. We don't care. We don't work for you, so eat the dirt.
Plainly put, you suck.
Yeah, and that's point at the NHL, and we all know you're the NHL's little darling, sweetheart, idiot, money saver. We know who you are. Get out of it. Get off your high horse. Napoleon complex bullshit. Anyway, that's as much swearing as I'm going to do. I'm not going to say that word. I've gone...
And not Napoleon Dynamite, because he's actually...
No, like Napoleon Bonaparte, the little mouthy murderer. Yeah, that guy.
Suck that blood.
So anyways, moving on. That's hilarious. So, if that happened to you... Before we move to the next topic, we're nearing the end of our show. We've probably got about like 10 minutes left, depending on what the camera has to give us. Once that light starts blinking, we got to start rolling the wheels quicker. So, before we move on to the next topic, what would you do if that happened, if that were a Leafs game? We've been there. We had a goal allowed by Chicago Blackhawks when they sat on the Toronto Maple Leafs goaltender. That still pisses me off how that was allowed. So, if this were exact same scenario, Toronto ties it late, say against Montreal, it appears they tied it late. They get a point to go into overtime. They're going to go into overtime. It's just about guaranteed. That's the point to break the record. Break 3 records in one shot.
Yeah.
Now, the play gets put under review. It's not offside. It's under review for goaltender interference. Carey Price bumps the Toronto player. Nothing the other way. It wasn't his fault. It's Price's fault for bumping the player. Whether it was to push him out of the way, whatever the case, doesn't matter. He makes contact, no goaltender interference. You look over that play over and over and over. You're like, okay, it's a good goal. We're getting that point. We're breaking 3 records with that goal. Call comes back from NHL head office in Toronto, down the street from the Air Canada Centre. Due to goaltender interference on the play, there is no goal. The goal is disallowed. Toronto loses that game with about, let's say, 3 seconds left this time. What are you doing? What are you sending the NHL? We don't have to do cross-border. We can just send that bad boy express.
I can drive there and drop it off.
It's probably worth the drive. What would you do? What would you send? I don't want catfish. I don't want to mimic. I don't want to be a copycat, not a killer. I don't want to be a copycat, pranker, or whatever. I want to send a bigger message. I want something different. What would you do? What would you send, or what would you do?
It depends on how gruesome you want.
What would you do that would not land you in jail? Let's put it in that context. Because this person was smart. She thought ahead and thought, okay, I don't want to be getting a sweet, fat fine from the NHL for sending a catfish. She knew it was legal. There was no threat. You suck. Well, NHL, I'm sorry. A lot of the time you do suck. We love hockey. We love the sport. We love the game, whatever. But some of the rules are total crap. Goaltender interference, just a friggin' joke. Who knows what the hell that is anymore? Who knows? Is your person in charge over at NHL head office drunk 24/7? Are Are they an alcoholic mess that they just make the calls? They flip a coin and go, sorry, so not alcoholic. Even someone in that poor condition can make a better decision than that. So
Yeah.
are they just like closing their eyes, flicking the coin, going, oh, puts it on the table, heads, oh, it's a good goal. Tails, yeah, oh, no, it's no goal. I mean, so what would you do?
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I definitely table flipping. I'll definitely have to buy a new TV.
I would love to if I could get away with it. I so badly want to describe this the way I want to, but I don't want to swear because I'm on such a hot streak. I haven't said the F word in such a long time. I would rather keep it that way. I want potential, job seeker or potential employers going, you know what, he refrains himself pretty well. And from what I hear from his friends and see on Facebook, he was known to be the mouthy little chop back in his day. So, I mean, he was known to be a lover of the F word. But look at him go in this podcast. He started off cursing like a hooker downtown Oshawa.
No,
to
don't do it.
Come on,
That's
no,
enough.
but that's what I'm saying.
That's enough.
So here's the thing. This is what I would do. I'm gonna use the S word instead of F. So I'm gonna lighten it up. I'm gonna have it like probably PG-13.
What, snow?
Snow, yeah. I would snow job the NHL. No. So here's what I would do. This will give you more time to think about yours. Maybe it'll give you inspiration for what you can do. What you would do. This is what I would do. If you robbed me and in such an important game, say if it were the Leafs needing that 1 point and that goal would get them the 1 point to break the 3 records, and you stole that away from me, NHL, oh, this would not be good. I'm going to go a step further. You're not going to get this disgusting, rotting, smelly fish. You're going to get as big a dildo as I can fit in that box, and I can afford to send to you. You're getting the biggest, fattest, friggin' vibrating dildo that you'll ever get, and then the note will simply read, as Leaf fans, you've so often screwed us in the past and during games. We just want to return the favor. So here's our gift to you. This is our way to say screw you.
Now, let me ask, are you sending some KY jelly with that? Or are you just giving
No, it's going in hard, rough, and it's going to burn. That's what I want. And it's going to have a nice little logo that says Bettman's bitch. That's what's going to say on there. Bettman's bitch. Or Bettman's a bitch, whichever. We want, like I said, it would have been so much funnier, so much better if I could have said the F word. We want to F you as badly as you've F'd us. Because all you do is F up and F. Yeah. You know where I'm going with this. Maybe it's not as funny as a catfish, whatever, okay? In my head, it sounded better because the F word was
honestly, that was what I
embarrassing.
was thinking.
Don't steal my thunder.
No, seriously.
I had no thunder. I didn't swear, so.
That's what I was thinking.
If I were to say it to you,
But
say if I'm half in the bag and I've drank
maybe
about
I
8
would
tall
take
boys or
yours.
12 tall boys, what would you say? What would I say in that matter?
I'm not going to say it.
Why?
I can't say it.
Why, you haven't said the F word tonight?
I haven't said it tonight.
Ooh, but
I
but
said
you were,
flying ducks.
But you were thinking about it.
I was.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll just take your biggest, fattest
That's what I'm
dildo
saying.
you could get and
Expand
change
on
it to a little fleshlight. But like, here, since you like effing
A
things so
flashlight
much,
with Gary Bettman's face on it with his mouth wide open. I think that's friggin'
Since you
hilarious.
like
That's perfect.
effing things, here's a perfect gift for you.
He's your guy's little lap dog, and so I mean maybe now you guys get the chance to get as close with him as you've always wanted to. Gary Bettman's face on a little
Here,
flashlight, and you
can
can
deposit
F
your
him all
future
day
in
long.
this.
Yeah, exactly. This is where, as ridiculous as this may sound, the future of the NHL, I mean, it's so crazy how things have gone. The rules, the everything. But especially goaltender interference. John, if you're seeing this, John at school, Durham College, we're all done now, but listen, dude, if you think the NHL is so much better than it used to be, you're out of your mind. You're a moron. You are so wrong.
He doesn't mean that.
Tell me that. No, I do. Trust
Phil,
me.
he doesn't mean that.
Yeah, but I'm not talking to Phil. I'm talking to John, Mr. All Sports.
Are you not handing this in to Phil?
Yeah, but I don't care. But listen, John,
He doesn't mean it, Phil.
John, you are dead wrong. You're dead wrong. The NHL it's not as good as it
He
used to
means
be.
that, but he doesn't mean
saying,
you're a moron.
I'm not saying it's not exciting. I'm not saying I don't love goal scoring. I do, but I also love great saves. I love the fact that a goalie can shut you down. I love that. And, I mean, it makes for more exciting hockey. Or would you rather blow out games on a nightly basis 5-0, 6-0, 6-1, 7-2? I mean, you want the games where your goalie can steal that game for you. And it's so intense, you almost want to chew your own hand off. I want that sometimes. As gut-wrenching as that can be, I like that sometimes.
I already told you.
That's playoff hockey. You think you're going to see 7-0 playoff hockey? No, you're not.
I already told you my disposition on this.
No, not the enforcers.
Not and call them enforcers and hire them as enforcers, but definitely hire big-bodied boys who are not afraid to go push some people around.
Yeah,
and not put. I can't say that because some people will be offended by it, but prance willy-nilly around other people coming after them. Like, I watched, again, I'm going to bring up the Leafs. Nazem Kadri, typically a guy who will get in there, get gritty, get nasty. But he played like he was afraid of the Jersey Devils tonight.
He did, yeah.
You need to bring in some big boys who's not afraid to go out there and play the body. Maybe not call them enforcers because they're saying the enforcers are bad for the NHL. But bring back players like...
Well, so if you...
Gilmore's a perfect example.
Yeah, the killer. He's small, but he was
small. He got in there. He played the body, and he scored goals. But instead, we have Nazem Kadri. Bigger guy comes at him. He's scared. He backs off.
And he did that several times tonight. I mean, I get it.
JVR had to fight for himself tonight.
Yeah, and
he's the talent of the team. Yeah, and he had to fight for himself.
The problem
tonight.
is him fighting for himself. Him fighting for himself does not send a message. That just shows like, oh, he's not gonna. What's he gonna do? He's gonna fight back, but he's not gonna fight.
Yeah,
he's not gonna shut your mouth because he pushed you back.
Brad Boyle from the Jersey.
Brian Boyle?
Brian Boyle, so not Brad.
Where he lays out Zaitsev?
Yeah,
good solid hit.
Solid hit. He's not afraid to play the body.
What's the Leafs' answer for that?
Nothing.
So you're telling me Babs.
Where was Polak? Where was Martin? Yeah. Martin was a healthy scratch. Why? When you're going against a team that is going to play the body and is going to play rough with you, you want Martin. You want Polak to get in there and throw their body
until
around.
The third period. We're going to sidestep for a second. I'm going to go back to the big body. So I agree. I think Martin should have been in tonight instead of Komarov. Or at the very least, I understand Martin's a little slower. I understand he doesn't score much, but
he plays the body.
Komarov doesn't score much either, and he's a lot easier to get off the puck than Martin. Martin will lay the body. He'll fight for your team. If you're going out and making his teammates look foolish, he's going to go out and make you regret making them look foolish. Yeah. That's what you needed tonight. You didn't have it, so you were missing the grit factor. New Jersey was running you around like you were at school, taking your lunch money and laughing at you. That's what it felt like.
Yeah,
took me back to the bully days.
That is what I'm saying.
Getting harassed and
we need
not doing anything about it.
Some Bay Street boys. We need some Bruise Brothers.
So, what I would have rather see, if you're not going to put in Martin, at least put in some speed in Janssen. I mean, Janssen, that kid's killing it every time he comes in. He's playing so great. The speed, the biggest factor the Leafs were missing until like about the third period, where the speed started to come back and he started fighting.
Was the speed the whole time? They were getting beat to the puck every single time.
Every play in their own end, in New Jersey's end,
every single time
along the board.
Maybe some of the speed was lacking because they were afraid to get in there because they were afraid to be ran into the boards and no call. Like, I can't bring it up. There
were many opportunities where that wasn't a factor and they should have been able to do something. But the speed wasn't there to get it going.
A lot of the time, too, they were worried. And I know it's going to sound like a biased fan, but anybody who watched that game, what those referees let go in that game...
Which is fine if you do that for both sides.
Exactly. I'm going to bring up the JVR thing
again. Gets pissed off and frustrated and interferes a bit, and he's in the penalty box.
But he didn't even mean to trip that guy. If you watch that play...
Yeah, no, I know.
He accidentally tripped the guy, penalty for tripping. That game infuriated me.
Maybe Marner should catfish the NHL, I think. Like, catfish a referee's room or something. Like, it's so frustrating because I understand you see that, he interferes or whatever, but like you said, it didn't look like it was intentional. And you call that, but you're telling me what they did to JVR. That's fine. All it did was going over to bitch to the player. All that did was show that I'll let you get away with it, but I'm gonna bitch at you like I'm your grade 4 teacher, telling you that's not nice. That's not a nice boy.
Yeah,
if you do that again,
get away.
If you do that again, I'm gonna make a call to the office.
After I just watch you cross-check the guy and then hold him in position.
What bothers me, 2 people were roughing him, and when he didn't even have the puck, 2 people were roughing him, throwing him around, and you had the interference. You had 3 opportunities.
What happens if they would have?
Why did you let that go 3 times?
What would happen if they injured JVR there?
Nothing would happen.
Exactly.
Not a damn thing, and that's what pisses me off.
That cross-check.
That's what I'm telling you, Babs. Put Martin back in. If the NHL's not going to do anything about it, and I get it, you're not going to call everything, but do it consistently. If you're not going to call that, don't call Marner for some bullshit. And
for an accidental trip.
When the game is on the line and there's only 30-some-odd seconds, you guaranteed New Jersey's clinch. And there you go. New Jersey's an American team, so you want another American team in the playoffs. Here you go. There it is. No doubt Montreal and Vancouver, they don't help themselves. The NHL would have to do a belly flop to help them. So it's that I get that, but come on, man, like get your shit together. There has to be consistency. If you're not going to call that against New Jersey for what they did at JVR, when who knows, maybe he would have scored on one of those plays.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have been able to back check and steal that puck.
And what message did that send to JVR?
Yeah.
No matter how hard you're working, you're not going to get anything.
Yeah,
so
you're
you know
interfered
what?
with, you're thrown around.
That's
we
fine.
don't care.
Yeah.
You don't like it, get off the fucking...
Like, I don't get it.
Oh, my goodness. If you don't like it, get off the effing ice. Oh, my God.
You were so close.
So close.
Just saying flying ducks.
Fuck. Oh, it just slipped out. It pisses me off. Sorry, Phil. I tried to get through that, man. I did my best. I'm just so frustrated when it comes to goaltender interference and, like, everything.
And, like, I know it sounds like biased Leafs fan.
I got enough hair to pull out.
It's
getting there.
It's realistically fans of the hockey game. You can't do crap like that. That's not good hockey.
No. So I don't know why I wrote. We got to move on from the Leafs. We got to get off that for a sec. We're coming off awfully biased. We're not. We're just there's so many things that go on in the NHL.
I would have brought it up against any other team.
There's always controversy.
Like look at that Nashville and Panthers disallowed goal.
Yeah, I mean there's always controversy, and meanwhile that makes for a greater show and greater topics for us. It still pisses us off. It's still something we'd rather not have to discuss in and night out. We would like to say, oh my goodness, finally a night where we haven't heard a goaltender interference discrepancy.
Yeah.
We haven't heard any issues like that.
Referees playing
and the problem
favorites.
is, if you get into the playoffs like that and goaltender interference is still just as apparent as it is now for bad calls or the NHL not knowing what the hell, like the right call to make, and that's playoff hockey, that's going to be scary. I hope that's not the case, but it's not looking good. We're going to move on from that. We're going to go to, I'll go to the East and Western Conference playoff standings in a minute. Like, I'll let you pull that up on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why I said Dermott, but DeBrincat with Chicago
I was going to
Blackhawks.
say, that doesn't make any sense.
He's like defenseman who's injured right now for the Leafs, scores 28 goals. Well, I did not know that.
Good job on you, Dermott.
So, I mix them up sometimes. So, Alex DeBrincat with the Chicago Blackhawks scores his 28th goal of the season in that game. I think it was in the game, I believe, that Chicago beat St. Louis, that big crushing comeback win. So he scores a big goal in that game. 28th on the team, so he's going to finish with the Blackhawks goal scoring lead, and he's a rookie. So, I mean,
how sad is that?
That's great for him, and that tells you how dominant he's been all season. How
I don't mean sad against
he's been
you.
He's been a shining light, a beacon for the Blackhawks, but that tells you in a nutshell how bad that team's been this year.
Yeah.
How come you're not hearing about Kane on a daily basis? You're not hearing about Taves on a daily basis, other than hearing the struggles and hearing how bad that team's been. And we've seen how bad they've been. Over and over, you look, oh, they lost. Oh, they're up 3-0. Oh, they lost. I mean, it was a broken record all season long. So their season can't end fast enough. There'll be a lot of changes, I think, in the offseason for the Blackhawks.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Which it should. You're supposed to get to the standings, man, not the videos. Come on, get on it. I give you plenty.
What do you
time.
need?
Eastern. Okay, let's start with the Eastern Conference. Playoff standings right now, and teams at least with at least earshot of the playoffs that have a chance.
Okay. So Eastern, we got Tampa back in first place with 110. They're only up there because they got 53 wins versus Boston, who has 110 points in second, with 49 wins. Then we got Washington in third.
We're blinking light. We got speeder up. We're starting
We
to
got
blink.
Washington in third with 103 points. We have us in fourth with 103 points. The only tiebreaker is Washington's first in their division. Pittsburgh in fifth with 98 points. Columbus in sixth with 97 points. New Jersey in the first wild card position with 97 points. Philadelphia filling the second, the wild card positions there with 96 points. And then we got Florida chasing them down with 92 points. So they're only behind by 4 points.
So that's still a possibility. So
there's still a slight
moving
possibility.
to the Western.
We got Nashville with 115 points. Good on you guys.
Man, they suck.
Winnipeg with 112 points. Again, good on you boys.
Winnipeg, good old Canadian.
Vegas with 109 points. Again, good on you boys.
Not bad for the first year. Not too
Right?
shabby.
It is the Cinderella story. I have high hopes for Vegas. Then we got Minnesota in fourth, 98 points. San Jose.
I hope so.
San Jose in fifth with 98 points. Tiebreaker must be that they're first in the division.
Anyways, keep going.
Then we got Anaheim in sixth with 97.
LA clinched.
LA with 96 points. Colorado with 93.
So-
and St. Louis chasing them down.
Dallas is eliminated.
with
But how far
92.
behind? So Colorado's the second wild card, right? So
Yeah.
there's only 1 point separates
1
those
point
two
difference
teams.
between St. Louis and
And
Colorado.
but here's the thing: they both only have 2 games left. Colorado plays tonight, right?
Yeah.
Against Minnesota, was it, or was that
San
something
Jose,
else?
and they're losing.
Nice.
End of the second.
And St. Louis doesn't play till tomorrow, I don't believe.
Yeah, St. Louis is. Oh, wait.
So they're losing, eh?
Today.
St. Louis, Chicago. Wow, they play Chicago tonight. That's incredible because we're already past 12.
Yes.
Wow, time flies.
It's already Friday.
Running out of time, so that's good. So St. Louis, that's a dogfight. I'm gonna give the edge to St. Louis. I think Colorado's gonna just miss out when they shouldn't, but we'll see. I'm excited to see how that turns out. Anyways, we're at the end of our show here. One more thing: Sabres have clinched 31st place. 31st place in the league. Congratulations, Buffalo Sabres. Give yourselves just take a bow. Give yourselves a pat on the back.
Best draft.
Best odds,
odds.
yeah. Best draft lottery odds for the draft. Oh my goodness, you guys are just killing it. So that's their third last place finish in the past 5 seasons. Well, at least they're consistent. I'll give them that. Jack Eichel's sitting there thinking, damn it, man, like why couldn't Edmonton pick me? Guys, save me. Jack, we'll take
Why
you.
can't the Leafs pick me up?
We'll take you, Jack, as long as the price isn't too hefty. I think you're a great player, but I don't think you're worth giving up JVR right now as it stands, if we had to. But anyways, moving on. So I think it was the last note. Sabres, congratulations. Woo!
Third straight year.
Oh, cheers. I mean,
Three-peat for you guys.
I think it's nice that the Leafs fans don't have to wear paper bags this year. I think we donated our paper bags to the Valley Village in Buffalo, if there is one, or Goodwill, whatever the case. But anyways, I don't know.
Well, I heard a rumor that they are actually selling them outside of their
I think we've had a lot
arena.
Well, there you go. Get your genuine
Holes already
laminated paper bags.
Yeah,
So they
and the
will
holes
last
already
you.
pre-built and one size fits all.
Guaranteed to last you 3 more years. So, I mean, for those downfall seasons that are sure to come in the near future, next year probably
And
going to
it
be
only
another one.
costs you the low price of $10. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, they'll even throw in a whistle that does not work. So the Sabres don't work on the ice, neither does these whistles. Enjoy. So that was our last show for the pre-playoff series. Thank you for joining us for this entire podcast. I hope that you do believe we got better each time. I think we have.
I think we did.
The last one, we scrapped it because it was garbage. We were super tired.
Just dead tired.
Didn't want to do that to the fans, to the adoring fans. Thank you so much. This has been the first of many, I feel, to come in the near future of branded series
Definitely.
podcasts. So
Look out for season 2.
Yeah! Woo! More! Let's have some more!